is a city? It is a machine. A machine for living in. But a machine can break down. The inhabitants of Fallen City were distracted by promises of fame and fortune. Promises that could not be kept. These empty promises were catastrophic. The inhabitants of the city began to see not what they had, but only the dreams they were denied. Frustrated, the people of the city became bored and angry. The city fell. But one or two faces among the ruins remember what it means for the city to matter. They remember what it means for the city to be a machine for making life livable. Take care of the city, they remember, and it will take care of you. It's time to get the fallen city back on its feet.
Hey guys, this is Wire not for the remains of the day this time, but just to talk about a little game that I found called The Fallen City.
We'll teach you how to play Fallen City.
So let me just put down the sound for a sec. Here's this little game is basically a commission made by a TV company somewhere in Europe, I believe. And the whole point of the game is to teach kids the importance of the city, and its purpose is to help educate them about the importance of how the machine that is a large city works. So this won't be too in-depth because it's really just an intro to get you to know the game. I don't personally think that you would be the kind of person to play this, but just put it in the back of your mind that if you see some kids, you might this might be a good way to introduce them to games because it's quite simple and it probably does the job quite well. That's basically what I think, but let's just get through the game for a sec. So I just used the skill there, the first skill on the skill bar to to clean. It doesn't get less complicated than that.
Try cleaning a building now.
Right, so I come up with the strategy of maybe I should clean everything. I don't realize at this point that the houses on the sides actually look like crap. So maybe I should have cleaned them at the first, but didn't realize it. Then I start running straight through.
An angry got bored. If you send an angry down a grim and ruined street, his attention span will rapidly run out. He'll give up what he was doing and return to a place he feels safe.
Yeah, so the game involves trying to make the town livable and not boring, apparently. Apparently dirty and chaotic is boring to these angries, which is kind of weird, but I guess it's appropriate.
You've cleaned the building. The area around this building will now make angries happier, even if the road is still a bit untidy. See how their attention span bars fill up. Ooh, what's that sparkling? Use your clean skill to dig it up. Hello.
So as you can see, it's not that difficult. It just involves looking through dirt and stuff.
It's a new skill. Left click on the skill to pick it up. A musical skill. But not all skills are appropriate for everyone. Obvious hint, red guys like red skills.
And then so it's not complicated. It basically does the job, but I kept going to see just exactly how complicated the game could get. So then I start singing.
Skills like playing dancing,
You could see how happy he is on the blue guy. Oh, it's over. Okay, so there we go. It started up again, and here's the next bit.
Tidying up the city. Great. You can always use the camera controls.
So, as you can see, the game is basically all about cleaning up a city and finding ways to fix it up and create a new world, basically. Fix the city that's already there.
Excellent. It's all sorted. But what should we do with it? Look down the street and you can see that
these are the kinds of intros that you want when you're trying to teach a person the ropes, because I really think a good voice that guides you through the steps really helps, especially when you reinforce this fact with actions that you personally have to do.
And look, you also have one red and one blue
so
to staff it.
Here at this point it becomes a little bit more of a real-time strategy, because now you have to get specific colored of dudes and put them inside the construction to create new buildings, and these new buildings will have different functions to solve the many different problems that you have. So like, for example, you saw that large
staffing the building with your... You did it. The building is now up and running.
Sorry, so you have that large thing right there, and the whole point is you need to find a way to grab onto it and get rid of it. So you create a place where they can get gardening supplies, give it to somebody, and that person goes through it. It's a... You have to work with the population at hand, the kinds of people you've got, even though it's kind of simplistic, it's just a color, but the whole point is you have to make them work together and you have to keep them entertained and happy, which is really the gist of this whole game. It may be a bit simplified, but for the job, I think it did a wonderful job. And that's
You did it. You've now got the skills.
That's basically the game, Fallen City. Its whole purpose is to teach you to make the world a better place, and to do that you have to be very nice to your stuff. That's
Watch out for sparkling tiles in the street.
Fallen City, a little game that you might want to give to the young'uns as they grow up and figure out what exactly they want. But I think it has a very nice lesson inside of it, and for the simplified gameplay, I think it draws enough attention to itself for what it can do. I can tell you for a fact I've played quite a bit more than just this, and there's a lot of content here and a lot of different ways to solve the problems. That's why there's so many of them. And in terms, it may not look as complex at the start, but it will get there eventually, which is a wonderful way to do a game. So, here I go again, Fallen City. It's free. I'll leave a link in the description. I don't suggest, if you're over 15 to play this, because you get really bored. But people very young, if you know somebody who's really bored and you want to give them something more educational to play, this might be a good choice instead of those really horrible things, whatever you might want to call it. But there you have it. The Fallen City, and I guess I'll see you on the next one, because this game is quite simple, and I hope that you can find some little kid somewhere who will enjoy it and find out exactly how wonderful it is that the city works together to make life livable for everybody. Wire out, and have a nice day. Have a great day.